man needs no introduction, certainly in this town, but I'll give him one. Pro Football Hall of Famer, 4-time Super Bowl champion, Joe Montana. How are you, Joe?
Doing great.
Good
How
to
about
see you.
yourself?
I'm
Good
fine.
seeing you. Nice digs you got.
Yeah, you like that? That's the Golden Gate Bridge. I think you've seen that once or twice,
Every
right?
now and then I see it.
Every now and then you see that thing. What do you think about the Super Bowl being in this town, Joe?
I think it's great. I mean, the city is one of the easiest cities to walk around and get around. And we moved part-time into the city, so we love it that much.
Oh, no kidding.
We spent a lot of time in the city.
So sometimes people just stroll around here in San Francisco and you see Joe Montana?
Yeah, we live down by where the Super Bowl city is. So we live on Mission, right across, like 1 block from there.
Yeah.
And so we're in the Ferry Building every Saturday for sure. Mm-hmm. And throughout the week, we're down there. There's a couple good restaurants in there, places. Yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
This is a big weekend potentially for Mr. D, going into the Hall of Fame. I know your fingers are crossed.
Yeah.
What made him so great, Joe? What made him so great?
He was one of the first owners I think that was not afraid to spend money, and he didn't have to. I mean, and I tell this story, and it's a simple story, but it's something that kind of resonates with everyone. That kind of says the things that he's done in the past, and this is just one little thing. And we used to fly. Probably most people don't remember what the DC-8 looked like. It looked like a pencil with wings, right? And so there wasn't a lot of room inside, and because we were one of the most traveled teams, because Atlanta and New Orleans were in our division, so we were always in planes and going across country. That DC-8 broke down before our first away game, and they brought in a DC-10, which was huge. I mean, I was sat by Dwight, and we had 5 seats between the two of us, and everybody could spread out. And because the hardest part is coming back home, when you got guys with IVs, everybody's trying to ice and get things elevated that had been hurt. And we went on the road and we won. And as we get in the locker room, and Mr. D comes in, and not everybody's happy, but all of a sudden the whole group starts going, DC-10, DC-10. And obviously it was probably a lot more money. And he said, I'll make you a deal. You keep winning, you can have the DC-10. We went undefeated on the road.
And you got the DC-10.
We got the DC-10.
You got the DC-10.
Yeah. So, I mean, those are the little things. He's just done so much to change the way I think owners look at things and approach the game today that it's just a disservice that he's not there already.
Yeah, and he's also a community-minded guy in the Tampa area, obviously from Ohio and the Bay Area, and Eddie DeBartolo maybe going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame and joining you in there. What made you, Joe, so cool and chill when the moments got the hottest on the field?
I think the best way I can describe it is, you remember when you would go in school and you would have to take a test, right? And so your nerves would be a lot more active when you didn't study and prepare. But I think because we were so prepared going in that, one of the things that Bill's beat into us was preparation, study. And when you get there, then it's second nature. And so, I don't know, we never worried about being in a 2-minute situation, because every Thursday we practiced against probably the best defense in the league most of the time, going ones against ones. So it was, there was nothing really to fret about until the bell rang and it was over, then it was too late.
Right, and then is that a true story that you did notice John Candy from the huddle during the Super Bowl before beating Cincinnati? Is that true?
But it was really about Harris Barton, because he was like a people person, and so every night when we'd go out to dinner, he would come in the next day and he was so excited about what celebrity he had seen. And so we were standing out on the field. I'd been to the sideline at least once, it might have been twice, and TV timeouts are a long time in the Super Bowl. So I would just stand in there, and just between two shoulders was John Candy, and I didn't remember Harris saying anything about seeing John Candy, so I thought he would appreciate that I was helping him out.
But in the huddle before...
Well, we weren't doing anything. We were just standing there. It's not like we
Except
were.
the Super Bowl's on the line, though, Joe, right? I mean,
Well, yeah, it wasn't then.
Okay.
We were still waiting for the guy to give us the signal from TV to get going. So we were like, didn't seem any different to me.
No.
So.
yeah, but I mean, when you think, I just love that story. It's something I just love. What do you think about the current quarterback in San Francisco, Colin Kaepernick? What are your 2 cents on the subject of his viability to take this team where clearly you've taken it before?
Well, I think one of the things that this happened recently is that he said he wants out, and I'm not sure with someone like Chip Kelly coming in, he wouldn't want to stick around, and because that seems like he would be a fit in that offense.
Yeah.
Or at least an opportunity to rekindle that. But when somebody wants out, Bill was always, hey, if you don't want to be here, the only thing that's going to happen, you're going to just disrupt the team. And so he would always oblige people who didn't want to be around.
Who didn't want to be around you and Bill
No,
Walsh?
there were some young guys who just didn't fit in, became more about themselves than it was about the team, and just didn't fit there. And because they didn't fit, even though they were drafted semi-high, a couple of them,
Sure.
he said, we'll just help you find another home, and everybody's happy.
So, do you think Kaepernick, if he stays put, can be successful?
I think he has a
San
much
Francisco?
better chance in that offensive system, but things that people bring up right now which I hadn't really taken a look at as much, but is the accuracy issue is bringing in. I keep hearing about on the radio local stuff coming up that I don't stay connected that well. I haven't been. So I don't know all the ins and outs of the whole situation.
But you're hearing it on local radio.
Yeah.
So like Joe from San Francisco can call in? Somebody like you call, hey, long-time listener.
Yeah, or even the
caller?
local announcers are talking about it. So
Yeah, I love it.
yeah.
So what do you think about this, Joe Montana? What do you think about this matchup in Super Bowl 50? Peyton Manning at his potentially last game, and Cam Newton at the outset of what appears to be a meteoric NFL career.
I think the real key to here is Denver's defense. I think if you can do what they did 2 weeks ago with New England and keep the scoring reasonable, they stay in the game and they have a chance to win it. But if you start scoring, if Carolina starts scoring and they have to play catch up, I think it's tough for them to do. I don't think
it's incredible with Peyton Manning.
I know, but I think everybody overlooks how good also Carolina's defense is, and they just don't have the same offensive power. I don't think they have the ability to do it, but I haven't seen them really put up a ton of points.
Yeah, Ronnie Lott compared Luke Kuechly to Mike Singletary.
Oh, yeah.
From that chair just yesterday, he said that.
Yeah, their defense is pretty good too. I mean, I don't know how they're not rated up higher than they're rated, but when you have that many takeaways and you give that offense short fields for a number extra opportunities,
sure,
you're in trouble. So Denver's got to hang on to the ball, and I think their defense definitely has the ability to slow them down. It's just they got to take care of the ball too.
And I've seen you in a few commercials with Peyton recently.
Yeah.
I've seen that with Papa John's.
Absolutely.
That's what we had Archie on earlier in the show talking about this official pizza sponsor in NFL Super Bowl 50, a quality guarantee that they are launching.
Yeah, they're launching quality guarantee on Monday after the Super Bowl. If you're not happy with your pizza, just give them a call and they'll send you a free one.
Send you a new one right away.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun working with those guys. The set gets kind of...
Yeah, and I got J.J. Watt on tomorrow. He's a big dude.
Well, yeah.
Was anybody that big chasing you down when you were playing? Is Watt bigger than most? Who was big?
Well, it might have been that big. They weren't that fast. That's the difference today. Those guys that are that big can run. And, most of the time when I'd start to scramble, I'd forget about the linemen. I'd just start looking for the linebackers and guys you knew could catch you, but
not anymore.
Not anymore. Those big guys can run.
Yeah, I know those big guys got Tom Brady down on the turf quite a bit. Yeah. What's your relationship with Brady? Do you have one?
It's just we're too far apart.
He was here. He wanted to be you, Joe.
Yeah,
he wanted to be you. He has his.
monitored that. He felt that way growing up. He's had a tremendous career too.
Yeah.
Talk about great careers.
He has, but you've crossed paths, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah,
every now
yeah.
and then.
Just through events and things like that. But
Right.
he lives back on the other side.
Yes, he does.
And down in L.A.
Yes,
so.
he does. Well, look, Joe, thanks for coming on the show. I'm always honored whenever you come.
No, my
here.
pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You are Joe Cool, Joe Montana, at Joe Montana on Twitter. Visit papajohns.com/guarantee for more information on this quality guarantee. Enjoy the Super Bowl, Joe.
Appreciate it.
Good to see
Thank you.
That's
You too.
Joe Montana here on The Rich Eisen Show.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.